Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. So it's bright and early in the morning, beautiful day. And we're gonna head south down to a little town called Cummings, Georgia. We gotta pick up a surprise. I'll let you know what it is when we get back to the house. But it's something I've been looking for a while. And I had made a decision based on some news that I had gotten regarding the 57. And so I started looking then. Some of y'all might be able to guess what it is already, but I'll let you know when we get back to the house. For right now, we're gonna take a 2-hour trip south and make our way back up here, and then like I said, we'll introduce you. Welcome to this episode in the garage.
All the lies, 'cause there's too many secrets, too many highs, too many demons, cloud of dreams at night. There's not enough commotion, drive the pain away. Take the words I tell you, do what I say. Elemental cage, and I found the one thing to live from the carnage of every day. Sticks to the point of elation, and I pray to God that I don't push her into temptation, 'cause there's too many secrets, too many highs, too many demons, crowd of dreams at night. Not enough commotion, drive the pain away. Take the words I tell you, do what I say. This is where we stand. Elemental cage, and I found the one thing to live from the carnage of every day. Sticks to the point of elation, and I pray to God that I don't push her into temptation, 'cause there's too many secrets, too many highs, too many demons, cloud of dreams at night. Not enough commotion, drive the pain away. Take the words I tell you, do what I say now. This is where we stand today. Pathways extending till tomorrow. Until tomorrow. I'll think of better ways. Until tomorrow. I'll look for brighter days. Until tomorrow. I guess I'll just stay. Until tomorrow. There was a day when love seemed far from here. There was a day when love seemed so clear. With a prayer on the window, pathways extending till tomorrow. Until tomorrow. I'll think of better ways. Until tomorrow. I'll look for brighter days. Until tomorrow. I guess I'll just stay. Until tomorrow. But until tomorrow. Now is the time that we need more love. It's so hard to find when it comes to push and shove. With a prayer on the window, pathways extend until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. I'll think of better ways. Until tomorrow. I'll look for brighter days. Until tomorrow. I guess I'll just stay. Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. I'll think of better ways. Until tomorrow. I'll look for brighter days. Until tomorrow. I think I'll just stay.
Home sweet home. So I owe you an explanation. I know that I know at least two of my subscribers are what I call purists. People who love all original. And I hear you. I'm right there with you. And that brings up the main reason that I bought this car. I bought this car because it had never been touched. It's all original, matching numbers, everything. And love the idea of having a all original matching numbers 57 4-door hardtop Bel Air. Loved it. And those of you who have been subscribers since the beginning of this build, you'll remember that's what I said was we were gonna build the 283 and the Power Glide and have an all original 57 Bel Air. that was until I talked with the machine shop. Y'all can imagine why, so I'm just going to run some numbers by you. So I wrote some stuff down. Cleaning the block and the heads, $115. A used crank, because the crank that is in that 283, the thrust bearing surface on the crank is completely shot and unfixable, and it is a steel crank. So a replacement for that crank, I found many. They're still very readily available. $150. Now that $150 does not, that is not a crank that's ready to go. That is a usable crank. All right, so the crank used, $150. New set of rods. Those of you who saw the video of how that engine came together can imagine why. Got to have new rods. $275. New pistons, $500. So the block has so much rust behind the cylinders where the water is at that the walls are very thin. So every cylinder has to be sleeved. That's $150 per cylinder. That doesn't include the cost of the sleeves itself. That's just boring it out and pressing the sleeves in. Rebuilding the heads, assuming I don't need valves, $475. If I need valves, add another $150 to that. Surfacing the deck, $110. Converting it to a roller cam, $650. That's the conversion and the cam itself. Y'all will remember, hopefully some of you will, that this is a 99,000 mile car, and you have to stop thinking about that in today's terms and think about it in 1957 terms. This car was built before interstates, so 99,000 miles on a little 283 is a ton of miles, a lot of miles, and that little engine was beat. So it has to be converted over to a roller cam to make it drivable in today's traffic. And really, nobody really makes a good flat tappet Camcor anymore because nobody really runs them anymore. Cam bearings, $90. Transmission rebuild. All right, how many people do y'all know that rebuilds 1957 Power Glides? So that person was hard to find, and that price was $850. Reconditioning the crank and balancing the crank, $265. And for the machine shop to put the engine together and dyno it, $750. All right, now by the third item on this list, we had already bypassed the cost for that, sitting over my right shoulder. This is a 2002 5.3 liter LS. $600. Running, driving LS. Now we're not going to leave this alone, obviously. We're going to get a little chop out of it. And we've got to do oil pan conversion, so it'll fit in the 57. And we've got to put valve covers on it. We'll be doing the Brian Tooley cam swap, NSR. We'll be converting it over to LS7 lifters and lifter trays. What else are we going to do? We're going to pull the heads off and go ahead and have valve guides put in them. And that's the only thing we're going to do to the cylinder heads other than vat them, clean them. Let's see. We're going to put a C7 Corvette pressure regulator. And the reason we'll do that is we can run it right outside the fuel tank. We can regulate the pressure from that and send it right, the return right back into the fuel tank. Probably at some point we're going to figure out something different with the intake, because I'll be honest with you, I don't like the looks of LS's. That's why it never really dawned on me to go LS, even though I was fully aware of the benefits. I think they're ugly. Personally, there are some things that can be done to them. Something else we're going to do is we're going to relocate the coils. That's one of the things that make these things so ugly, is the coils set right on top of the valve covers. So we'll be replacing the valve covers, and like I said, we'll relocate the coils. I think you can I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can use 3rd gen LT1 spark plug wires, and we'll probably end up setting the coils just right on the inner fenders and get them off the valve covers. But we're not going to leave it looking the way it looks right now. So there's that. Now, I know this is going to start a conversation, like I said, especially with a couple of you. And it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. You cannot beat an LS. You just can't beat them. You cannot beat them, literally. They're everywhere. Support for them is everywhere. Try going up to O'Reilly's AutoZone and buying a starter for a 57-283. They're not going to carry it with a Power Glide. They're not going to carry it. It's going to be ordered. Well, as far as that's concerned, try going up there and buying a throttle body, or not a throttle body, but a I can't think of it, in the transmission of a 1957 cast iron Power Glide. They're not going to carry it. So this came down to everything about it made sense. Everything about it made sense. I can go to AutoZone, and all I need to know is 2002 5.3 liter out of a Tahoe 2-wheel drive. That's all that I need to know, and they're going to carry the parts on the shelf. So the grand total, just for the things that I listed, that is not going down the road. Just for the things that I listed, $5,280. $5,280 for a 1957 283 with 190 horsepower. This thing, 335 horsepower to the wheels. So double the horsepower and almost triple the torque for a fraction of the cost. Drivability, you cannot beat them. You can't beat them. Just drive it wherever you want to drive it. So this is the route we're going, and I hate it if it pisses you off, but it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're one of those guys that, like I mentioned earlier, purist, let me hear about it. Tell me what your thoughts on it and what you would do, given the numbers. What would you do? Would you build it all original and stretch this out over 4 or 5 years? Let me know in the comments. But I figured that the least I could do was give you an explanation as to why the change in course. It makes economic sense. It makes a time frame sense. It makes dependability sense. It makes parts availability sense. It makes power sense. Everything about it makes sense. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it greatly. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Make sure that you are subscribed. That way you catch everything that I download and upload. Everything that I upload. And I'll give you a quick walk around this thing and then we'll sign off here.
I am looking out my window, and I wish that you were here, sitting tall for a little while. Well, I know you're good and make it, and I know you really care. Sometimes I can be in denial.
There you go. That's the little 5.3 that's going in the Bel Air. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit your bell notification. That way you are notified every time I release new content. Hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment. Till next time, guys, y'all go do some work.